every artist of every size will be putting as much as they can into the stage production and the artistry and the vibe of the show, as humanly possible.
Yeah.
And every artist that I know would also willingly lose money to do a good show.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
To a good audience. So it's like, the ticket might be $40 now and it used to be 30, but it's like, man, that's only gone up by this much.
Yeah.
And everything else has gone up by X amount.
So
way
much.
more. And I think the artists valiantly are often taking that on the chin.
This episode of Music Bible is brought to you by Jack Daniels. Whether it's a concert, a festival, or its history with music legends, Jack Daniels is an integral part of music culture, both past and present. From stage to glass, it only takes one sip to know what makes Jack, Jack. Hello and welcome to Music Bible, where we peek inside the brains of those shaping Australian music, from up-and-comers to iconic artists and beyond. I'm your host, Jackson Langford, and today I'm blessed to be in the presence of Auckland-born, Sydney-based duo Foley. We have Ash, we have Gabe, and we are here to talk about their music, the Oz music scene in general, and to figure out when the right time is to buy a concert ticket. How are you both?
So good. How are you?
I am dandy. I missed the green memo, obviously.
I know.
My people will be hearing about that. But apart from that, I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to have you two. I've been following you for years now. You guys have been at this for
Thank you.
6 years?
About 6 years.
I'm thinking more like
Maybe longer.
Honestly, the time
Time
blurs.
flies.
Yeah.
anything pre-COVID, I'm like, may as well be ancient history.
COVID was a time warp. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like COVID was
Doesn't count.
what? The lockdowns were 2 years, but really it was 20.
I like to think that I didn't age during that time.
I like that too. Yeah. I was 25 when COVID started. And
then you were still 25 at the end.
Exactly. I'm just a sprightly 27 now. Ash and Gabe.
Hello.
I have a question for you. And it's the same question we start every interview with here at Music Bible. What is your first memory of falling in love with an Australian artist? I'm particularly interested to you two because you didn't grow up here.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of Australian music that comes over to New Zealand, luckily. I think probably more so that way around than the other way around. In New Zealand, we really... There's definitely the Australia to New Zealand pipeline.
Yeah, okay. It also reverses.
It does.
I fuck heavy with Big Runga.
Oh
my God.
Icon.
Such an icon.
Icon. But sorry, this is not my...
No.
I'm not the guest here. I'm the guest.
You're good. Well, flip the question. How do you just find an Australian artist? Because I would say I was listening to a lot of Crowded House when I was a kid.
Well, that is a
Gabe,
hard...
you have to keep that in New Zealand.
Oh my God, we've started already. How did I not know this was going to happen?
God.
4 seasons in one day. Which city is that about? Melbourne or Auckland?
Look, with Crowded House, it's like I will let whoever wants to claim Crowded House. I'm not the Crowded House police.
We can share,
Exactly.
Australasian.
Oceania or whatever they're calling it now.
Yeah.
People say the same about Russell Crowe, right? Russell Crowe's kind of from here.
You guys can have him.
But I was going to say the same thing. But then people have also tried to say the same thing about Lorde, and I was like, no, she's
a Kiwi.
She's New Zealander through and through. There's nothing Australian about her.
Do you know actually who I think? Sorry, I just thought of who my first kind of Australian.
I thought of the answer to the question.
I just thought of the answer. Flume. Because I remember the top and that kind of era of Flume.
Iconic.
Really coming to New Zealand and just taking that festival season by storm.
He worked himself to the bone.
That poor man. But it was incredible. It really did. It felt so unique at that time, and it felt so just a force. His artistic force was just so enormous. And I remember I went to Rhythm and Vines. It was my first year going. I was underage. Got an on fake ID.
Oh my God. The story is coming. It's all coming out here on Music Bible.
Arrest me. And I was just so excited to go, and I ended up going into the mosh pit with no shoes on, and I broke 2 of my toes in Flume. But I was so obsessed that I just was like... That
is so rogue.
Let's go.
There is not an artist... There's one artist in the world I break my toes for, but
and
it's not... Yeah, true. Well, I was going to say, having played crowds here, you just did a headline tour here earlier this year, correct?
Yeah.
And then we were talking off camera about how you've been all over Korea playing shows.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've played shows back home in New Zealand. Whose crowds go harder, Australia or New Zealand?
I would say, I can't be copping out on both questions. I'm just going to say Wellington, the capital of New Zealand, that crowd is always crazy. Like they just know how to party down there. I don't know what it is about that city, but they really get into it. I think it's like, because it's half a student town and half like a very indie music town. Like they really go out to the clubs and to the shows and have a good time. But I will say we had a really good time in Melbourne. We played a show in Melbourne and the venue was amazing. Everyone there.
What venue was it?
Bergie Band Room?
Yeah, Bergie Band Room.
I don't know if that's how you say it, Bergie or Bergie.
Bergie.
Is it new?
I've never heard of
that.
Sure.
I'm not from Melbourne. Why would I know?
It's in Brunswick. So it kind of,
But they went hard.
Yeah, it was great. It was a good
awesome.
show.
Noted.
It was awesome.
Really
I feel like the Australian crowds, not just for us, but like the audiences we've been in, I feel like they're a little more like open to new music, I would say.
Okay.
Like if
Fully
in
agree.
Australia people are coming, maybe they don't know the opening acts, but they still rock up early, or maybe they're just pulling up, like they just bought a ticket because they want to go do something. And I feel like that's really fun because it means that all the crowds are a mix of like diehard, know every word fans, and then people who just really like music and just want to come and vibe.
Future diehards.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I feel like that's such a, oh my God, the power of an opening act could not be understated.
Yeah.
Or overstated, I should say, because it's like, that could be your future favorite artist right there, and you have no idea.
Oh, it's the best way to discover someone.
Exactly.
You know, like to consume it live first and then go home and listen to the recordings. It's like, that's the best way.
Exactly.
You know? It's so great.
Right. Well, speaking of music, it's in the name of the podcast. If we go back to earlier this year, Sucker Punch, it was their first song in 6 months.
Yeah.
First of all, it bangs. But as musicians, like you obviously need to take time off to like experience stuff so you can have stuff to sort of write about and create. But now in 2025, 6 months feels like a long time to just sort of be like chilling. Even if, because Sucker Punch was your first track post-album.
Post-album,
right?
Yeah.
Is it scary to take time off or time away from releasing?
Yeah. I mean, there's so much pressure on artists now from, the algorithms at large that are always sort of demanding that you release something new or you post something new or you're like, your next thing is the best thing that you've ever done, or all that constantly. But I think in terms of like artistic like drive and like when we're in the studio, we're not really thinking about that. So
that's
like,
true.
It was,
and it's also like you're not taking time off from
Like the job.
Exactly. Like it was 6 months past the album for us, but we wrote that like maybe a month after the album came out. And then the first single from the second album we wrote before the first album had even come out. We're always writing. So we're never really thinking of like the timings of things.
Yeah, and I guess the timeline of release doesn't necessarily match with the timeline of creation.
Totally.
Totally.
So, most often it doesn't.
Yeah.
So luckily it doesn't affect like what the song sounds like.
Yeah.
But then you do feel that pressure of like, okay, well, we've written it now, like let's get it going.
Yeah.
Like let's put it out into the world.
Totally.
But sometimes it's also nice to like for the fans to take a little break as well. Like I think when you're in an album cycle, you're like constantly giving them new stuff and new content and new songs, and then like the breakdown of that song, and like it's great when you get to that peak moment of the album coming out, and then I feel you almost do have to sort of let it rest for a second, let people enjoy it, let people make it their own.
Oh, well, it's also not yours anymore.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's not. And you kind of have to just like let it live and then come back when people have had some pause and some time to like enjoy it, Because otherwise you throw the next thing at them and they're like, I thought we just had an album,
Yeah.
So
I guess is there
nice.
a danger in being too prolific? Like, is there a risk in releasing too much too fast? Do you think?
I mean, probably. I think it depends on the artist, and it depends on the fandom because there's some artists that really do release and then go dormant for much longer than 6 months, and then there's other artists.
Rihanna, we are looking at you. TikTok, Frank Ocean. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
No, and then there's other artists that are releasing like, some people release every week, and I think it's
that's insane.
It's wild. I think you just have to find your cadence with your audience, like how much do they want, and I don't know. It's a tricky because it does have to be a two-way street. I think.
Course.
So, we've been trying to figure that out over our careers. Like, what is the right amount of music that we feel proud of putting out there, and then how much do people actually have capacity to consume? And
of course.
It's very
it's also like, I guess you don't like want to get stuck up in thinking about, am I oversaturated? Am I like being too reclusive and stuff like that? Because you're artists first, etc.
Yeah.
Speaking of your art, Honey, which is out by the time this episode comes out. I feel like it really solidifies you guys as, I would say, like champions of that really sunny like indie pop sound that you guys have been honing at for years now.
Thank you.
And I think Australia does really well. But I also think, and feel free to disagree with me because you guys have been in the Sydney scene for some time now, that it's Australian pop that like is the one genre that really struggles to like crack that international market. So we have like surf rock in general, punk does really well. Dance music, we were just talking about Flume, like obviously Flume.
Nina Geraci.
Oh my God.
Yeah, there's so much amazing.
But pop, it was just like the pop, they just, for some reason, it doesn't seem like it's happening as much as it should be given the talent we have. Why do you think that is? Or do you agree?
I would say pop's so broad, right? I mean, like you look at a band like 5 Seconds of Summer that have done amazing work overseas. But even so, like I think the how do I put this? You go pop music goes so far and wide on these playlists and on these shows and on like around the world in all these different mediums that it kind of does have success everywhere all at once. But you don't usually get a big like pillar moment. I know, like, I mean, I'm thinking back to like Keita Alexander's release, like that was really successful, and she toured with Dua here, and like she did amazing work overseas, and like super popular, and like a really good example of an like amazing artist putting like 100% into their craft. And I would say like the only thing that you don't see is maybe like the Pearl Jam tour, and you're like,
right, okay. Well, it's also to say not to say that artists like Flume, Nina Geraci, even Animal and the Sniffers, like those songs all have, those artists all have pop sensibilities. And it's all pop music at the end of the day, you know, type vibe. But I guess, do you think we could do with more Australian pop stars?
100%.
Like, what is Jessica Malvoy is not like headline the Super Bowl? Why? Like,
No, I think I agree with you. I think there is with any like smaller country, like New Zealand is the same, or any country that's being like fed pop music from UK, Europe, US, sort of struggles to push it back the other way to the same level, I think, which is a tragedy because I feel like since moving to Australia, the talent per capita here is
it's through the roof.
Insane.
It's through the roof.
Like there's just so much to dig into, and like I feel like I'm more a fan of music now than I ever have been, like of music in the pop space. Because coming here, I'm just like, who is this person and this person? And like Keita is a great example. I hadn't really heard of her before, and since being here, it's like, oh, this woman's incredible. Like, and there's so many versions of that I've had of just like discovering someone like Rage Flower.
Oh my God.
Who we've both just gotten really obsessed with.
Yes.
Like incredible talent. And so I think I agree that there needs to be a lot more of that being exported, and not to say that there's not amazing Australian artists doing that already, but more.
Well, I mean, like, more. It's definitely not a question of like, is the art good?
Yeah, no, exactly. It's definitely not that.
The powers that be, I guess. If we go back to Sucker Punch really quickly, the video tells me one thing, and it's that Foley loves karaoke. Can you confirm or deny?
Yeah, we love karaoke.
Can you give us your pick for the ultimate Australian karaoke song? And the ultimate Kiwi karaoke song? It's
got to be like
putting you on the spot,
like a Kylie Minogue.
Yeah.
But which one? And I will be judging your answer.
Well, to be honest, like the first time I went to karaoke here was with a bunch of girlfriends, and we all wore wigs, and we had like a wig party, and then went out to karaoke. It was quite ridiculous.
Speaks to my soul.
And I had like a Kris Jenner style wig on, and like actually a full alter ego that came out pretty quickly.
Wigs do that.
They really do.
They can really summon something from within.
Yeah, but I did do a Kylie Minogue. Is it Can't Get You Out of My Head? Is that what it's called?
Her biggest song,
I was like, is that the name, or is that just like the bit you sing, you know? And that was so fun.
Yeah, that's a classic. She has at least 10 that I reckon you could do. But is there a New Zealand track? It doesn't have to be one that like but I would know, or like that listeners would know.
Like a Dave Dobbin track, right?
Yeah, I know. I was just thinking Slice of Heaven.
Yeah, Slice of Heaven or Welcome Home.
Yeah.
Hey, are these recommendations? Are these endorsements necessarily?
100%.
Okay, perfect.
Dave Dobbin is like one of our legendary songwriters. He's like a Daryl Braithwaite of New Zealand.
He's
like,
royalty.
If that makes sense. Royalty. Yeah. He's actually knighted as well. Sir Dave Dobbin.
He's Sir
Sorry,
Dave Dobbin.
that's Sir to you.
Yeah, that's
exactly.
Sir Dave.
But yeah, like Kiwiana, like full.
Perfect.
You sing that song with the arms around each other. You know,
like swaying.
hand over the silver fern on the football jersey. You know.
The Daryl Braithwaite analogy is strong, then. That was good.
You're tapped in.
Perfect. We love chatting to the music legends of today and tomorrow, but Jack Daniels' legacy goes all the way back through to the legends of music's past. Want to know how one of the world's most famous musicians, aka the King of Swing, took his Jack? 3 or 4 ice cubes, a splash of water, a traditional rocks glass, and 2 fingers of JD. And he loved it so much, he was actually buried with a bottle of it. Already a part of music's history, Jack Daniels is now a part of music's future, helping to share the stories of Australia's best up-and-coming artists. All it takes is one sip to know what makes Jack, Jack. Ash, Gabe of Foley, are you ready to get sidetracked?
Of course.
Let's do it.
Wonderful. So, not to bring the mood down, we're in a cost of living crisis, all right?
Cosy live,
Great.
yeah.
In case you weren't aware.
What?
Yeah. So it can be difficult for fans to buy expensive concert tickets when they generally get like a week to 2 weeks notice from like tour announced to pre-sale to etc. But early ticket sales are like so important to a concert performance gig happening at all. Ideally, as musicians, when is the perfect time for a fan to buy a ticket to the show?
In my opinion, as early as possible, because you put on the lowest price at the start to try and be like, guys, this is the cheapest it's going to get. Like, this is the cheapest we can do it for. I think what's happening at the moment, and fortunately hasn't happened to us, but I feel has happened quite widely, is like you used to put a show on sale, you'd see how much you sold, and that would be a really good indication of like, you know, you're going to keep selling as you get closer to the date, but you could kind of look at how much you were sitting at and know if the show was going to be a success, like break even, or that kind of stuff. But now, because people buy so late, you're taking a lot of risk putting on a show, and a lot of promoters or artists that like can't actually. Also, I think independent artists that can't actually take that risk because they go, well, we're not going to be able to pay the venue, we're not going to be able to pay the, you know, the session musicians or the opening band or whatever it is. If they don't sell tickets at the start, they might have to cancel the show. So, and the thing is the show might have ended up selling out because everyone would go and buy their tickets on the door on the day. So it's really tricky. I think it is just that cost of living thing. It's like, it's so hard. And yeah, I mean, in an ideal world, people buy their tickets at the start and you know how many people are going to be there. But it's so hard. I mean, cost of living is just, it's tricky.
Well, I feel like maybe if we go back to sort of 10 years ago, this was less of a problem.
Totally.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
So I was always, and still, this is something I've kept with me as, you know, time has gone on, and as someone who was going to concerts before the pandemic, it's like I would be, oh, this is when tickets are going on sale. Right, I need to have 5 screens up. I need to get in there. And now, like, there are a lot of big, huge international acts that are about to play Australia in the coming weeks, and I've done the same thing, and I haven't needed to. You know, and it's so interesting, it's bizarre that I can't sort of break that habit. But also it's like beneficial for them. Not that
definitely.
Say Kendrick Lamar is exactly worried about
he's probably doing
his finances. You know, but it's still like, and it's the same thing. But
to be fair, it does. Sorry to interrupt you, but it also does trickle down. Like the promoter is doing the Kendrick show. Lots of people don't buy at the start, and then that promoter is going like, oh, yikes, you know, ticket sales in Australia aren't that good, and then they're not willing to take as much risk on smaller Australian artists. So it is like, I mean, I'm such a hypocrite because I buy my tickets the week of the show because I don't know how much money I'm going to have, so I'm like,
oh, totally.
You know, I'm doing the exact same thing. But it does, like, something as simple as when you buy your ticket actually does really flow on to the whole industry and how it all works and how viable the live scene becomes, you know?
Well, you mentioned sort of artists not being able to know like if they're going to break even. If you could just give us, for me and the people at home, if an artist had booked a 3,000 person venue, based on that information, like how many tickets would they need to sell to break even?
Oh my goodness. 3,000 would be, I mean, the venue hire would be
enormous,
tens of thousands
to
start. And then you'd have to get the production in, which is at least another 10,000 for a venue that size. You're looking at 50 to 100K of costs, probably.
Oof. And what do you think the tickets would have to be priced at?
Well, how many, 3,000 divided by what, like...
So calculate
No, but it's also like artists are making decisions as to how much they put back into the show too.
Of course.
Like I saw a lot of critique of the Addison Rae tour recently that she didn't have this is a global superstar at the moment, that she didn't have enough production and enough I think it was for the ticket price, people felt like the show was kind of undercooked. Okay. And I think in that instance, I don't know this to be true or not, this is just a musing of mine. She probably was trying to break even on that tour. Yeah. She would have had a big crew to pay. She was going to a lot of stops around the world. She would have been trying to break even.
Yeah, she is doing a very big tour.
Yeah, massive. And so bringing in big screens, bringing in big production, she had dancers, lots of stuff that all costs so much money. And I think that's the area of a show that sometimes you reduce in order to be able to break even. But then the shows that have massive production, they're probably losing money. A lot of people are losing money because they're putting it back into the way the show looks.
But someone like Billie Eilish can afford to lose a bit of money.
Yeah, totally. And also, the ticket price is a lot higher. When you get into that Billie Eilish level, the price is really justifying the production to be of that scale. Yeah. But Addison probably sits in this area where she's new, so she can't charge that much.
But she also comes with a burden in this case that she's famous.
Yeah, so people think it's going to be...
Prior to releasing music.
Yeah, so it's just this really hard juggle and every artist is different, every show is different.
I would say that no matter what the size of the show, this Addison one, I thought looked really cool, but I get the critique, but every artist of every size will be putting as much as they can into the stage production and the artistry and the vibe of the show, as humanly possible. Yeah. And every artist that I know would also willingly lose money to do a good show.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. To a good audience. So it's the ticket might be $40 now and it used to be 30, but it's man, that's only gone up by this much.
Yeah.
And everything else has gone up by X amount. So way more. And I think the artists valiantly are often taking that on the chin.
Yeah.
So
that's a good point.
Yeah. Very true, Gabe.
Well said.
Very well spoken over there.
Well, I guess if you give us a rough percentage, and you don't necessarily have to use your experience, but how much does an artist actually get from the back end of a ticket cost? Say if a ticket costs $50 for a Foley show or for a show anywhere, how much are you guys actually receiving of that? And that's before you spread it to all the people you have to pay.
Well, it depends, because sometimes you get a guarantee, which is this is how much we're going to pay you to come and do this show. And other times you're getting a percentage of ticket sales. So it can be really different. And
then it's different again, I imagine, if you play a festival.
Yeah, festival usually is a set fee.
Okay.
Because it's not really there's so many artists that are contributing to the ticket sales. So I think it would be hard to do it that way. Yeah, Dua Lipa's playing and you're no, we bought all the fans. Yeah. It was us.
The people at the top will be getting a cut as well as a fee, I think, something like that. But it's really hard to say, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say 30 to 50% you'd get after you. Yeah,
not 50 too
maybe
high.
We just rewind this a little bit.
Right. But that's kind of the point I wanted to drive home. I was it's...
Oh, it's tiny. It's small.
But
it's small.
But you are the ones. You're the product. Yeah. You're
you're
doing it. There is no this without you guys.
Yeah.
And so for you to receive such a small part of the back end, I think that might shock.
Yeah, I think my point was it's a percentage even after you pay everyone.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
It's there's percentages flying around everywhere.
Yeah.
in this day and age.
Well, I mean, look, if we learned anything, it's buy tickets as soon as you can.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go see your opening acts. Go see them and get merch.
Yes, buy merch.
That's a bigger percentage.
We was speaking to a band on a previous episode, and they have fully manufactured their own merch community. And they made six figures, fully independent.
Amazing.
Wow, that's amazing. Good on them.
Yeah, so it can be done. Are you ready for our final segment? It's my favorite.
Let's do it.
Very ready.
This is our message in a bottle.
Okay.
Here's the bottle and the messages. The messages within. So
the drama.
I know we spared no expense here at MUSICbible. Will it come out? Will it? Wonderful.
This is so whimsical.
I know.
Thank you for the whimsy.
Yeah.
You're so welcome.
Bring back whimsy.
And joy. And that's exactly what we're here to do at MUSICbible. I'm going to change the intro to welcome to MUSICbible. We bring back joy and whimsy.
Joy and whimsy.
This message has been left by a previous guest.
Ooh.
I have not read the question.
Okay.
The artist has signed the question. I have not read it.
Right.
It's scary. It scares me as the host of this podcast.
We could keep it a secret if you
frightening.
like. We could just read it and answer
And
in
put
our
it
heads.
back in the bottle.
Well, that would be a very entertaining segment of this podcast. We just read things that you'll never get to find out.
Yeah.
That would stop us in our tracks right now.
But I would like you to read the question aloud
Okay.
and answer it
A
as best you
scroll.
can. Yeah.
It's quite far up the scroll as
It
well.
is. Is there any of your songs that you think should have gone viral but didn't? Lots of love. Does that say JoJo or So-So?
So. Oh, that's a good
I
question.
mean, yes, there is.
There's one that we both share.
There you go.
Yeah, there's a track called Coffee, which we did off our first album, which it by all accounts is like the funnest like encapsulation of like what we do possible. Like it's an incredible track. We had a friend of ours from New York, Tim Atlas, feature on it. Great artist, great song, great verses. And just sits there.
Is there only one? Do you not think that like...
I mean, if everything could go viral, I'd be buzzing.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to write tracks to go viral.
No.
Otherwise, you just
No.
produce like just slop. But
I mean,
like,
I don't think that our music is necessarily like viral music. Like, I think when you listen to stuff that's viral, it's usually like a short little line that's just like so.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to say what I mean, but
Yeah.
Well, like if we take,
There's a style to it,
We were talking
you know?
about Pink Panthers in the studio the other day, and her song "Illegal," where it's like it's just the first two lines.
Yeah, it's actually like the
and
intro.
that song is viral. The song
Ooh.
itself, exactly. And obviously, it's an incredible song, and she's
It
an
is,
incredible
yeah.
producer and songwriter. But it's not. That's not the song that's going viral. It's that clip.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah. But it's obviously like so helpful for your music to get out there. And
Of course.
I think the thing about Coffee is like every time we play it live, it's totally the highlight. Like every show, it gets everybody jumping and going crazy, and it's like the most fun that we have.
Yeah.
I feel like we just get so excited.
Nice.
So I kind of always felt like it was the one that got away. Like people love it live.
But if TikTok has taught us anything, and Kate Bush has taught us anything,
Exactly.
True.
there is still time.
It can still go.
There
Exactly.
is still time. So run those streams up.
Yeah.
Okay, there's the second part to Message in the Bottle. And
Can we write one now?
There we go.
Oh,
She's seen this film before.
this is so cute.
Is it on a new piece of paper?
Please.
And look at the feather on
Exactly.
the pen.
I don't want to see the question.
Do we know who we're asking it to?
No. I can give you a hint. They are a producer that's really sort of on the
Okay.
verge of having a moment.
So it's one person?
It's one person.
Okay, I was thinking, does it have to be music related?
Do
No,
we,
it can be.
can we tell you?
No, I don't want to know the question.
Oh,
Discuss amongst yourselves.
what about that's a good question. It's very telling, isn't it? Can it be two parts? I'm going to say yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for it.
It can be
Hi, Bobby.
literally be about anything you want. It can be like,
Okay.
what should I have for dinner?
Welcome to a Foley session, by the way.
What,
It's
just
just-
whispering to each other.
it's usually yelling.
There's always a pen with a feather, of course.
I love.
To do like a
Okay.
little flourish.
No, please, and I'll roll.
Put this cap back on the quilt.
Oh, it came with a cap. I'm learning new
Will.
things about the studio every day. Please,
Protective.
please.
Can we
Hands
keep that
off.
one, or are you going to keep it?
We keep these as
Okay.
a memoir.
As a memoir.
It's a memoir.
I was thinking you might like ceremonially burn it.
No,
You
well,
know?
I mean, it depends. If you diss me in a public platform, then I will.
Oh, you
be
burn our one.
ceremonially
Then you'll
burning
burn our
this with a cloak on and just like staring. But Foley, thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you
so
for
much.
having
This has been
us.
so much fun.
Nice to
Have
chat to you.
Have you guys had fun?
We've had so much fun. Well, I don't know about Gabe.
Wonderful.
I
I've
have.
had a lot of whimsy today.
You can't see off camera, but there is someone pointing to them and be like, you had fun.
That's true.
Can you please let the lovely people at home know where they can find you on social media?
You can find us on all platforms under @WeAreFoley, and we would love to see you there. We have an EP coming out very soon. Follow us on socials and you can find it, and follow us on Spotify, Apple, everywhere you listen to music.
And send coffee viral.
Make it viral.
MUSICbible Australia is a Val Morgan digital production and part of the LADbible Australia network. Make sure to hit subscribe or follow so you don't miss an episode. And if you like what you hear, rate us 5 stars and tell your friends to tune in.